America's 50 states each carry a name rooted in history, some ancient, some accidental, and some mythological. In this series we reveal the surprising stories behind how the states got their names. Today we begin with the first 10, starting with Alabama. Alabama takes its name from the Alabama River, which in turn came from the Alabama, a Native American people once part of the Muskogee Creek Confederacy. The name is thought to derive from a Choctaw phrase, Alba Amo, meaning plant gatherers or vegetation clearers. European explorers adapted the name, spelling it variously as Alibamon or Alabamu. The name survived colonization, the Civil War, and statehood, cementing a native legacy in southern soil. Number 2 is Alaska. Alaska comes from the Aleut word Alyeska, meaning the Great Land. Before it became the 49th U.S. state, it was part of the Russian Empire, used largely for fur trading. In 1867, the U.S. bought the territory from Russia for $7.2 million, a move many ridiculed as Seward's folly. But the name Alyeska persisted. Today, Alaska remains a vast frontier, its name a tribute to indigenous language and breathtaking scale. Next up is Arizona. The origins of Arizona's name is debated, but most historians trace it to the Uto-Aztecan word Arizonac, meaning little spring. Spanish explorers first encountered the word in the 1700s near a silver mining camp in what is now southern Arizona. Though some claimed Basque or Spanish roots, indigenous etymology holds stronger ground. Arizona's name, like its terrain, was shaped by ancient springs and long-forgotten tongues. Number 4 is Arkansas. Arkansas owes its name to the Quapaw tribe, known to other native peoples as the Akansa. French explorers adapting the name added their signature R and silent letters, resulting in Arkansas. In 1881, the state legislature officially ruled the pronunciation must be Arkansas, not Arkansas. A native word filtered through French colonialism and enshrined by law gives Arkansas its name and its linguistic oddity. Unlike most states, California was named after a fictional place. In a 1510 Spanish romance novel, an island paradise ruled by Queen Calafia, rich in gold and guarded by griffins, was called California. When Spanish explorers reached the Baja Peninsula, they thought they'd found that mythical land. The name stuck. From fantasy to fortune, California's name reflects centuries of imagination and gold lust. Number 6 is Colorado. Colorado comes from the Spanish word for colored red, a reference to the red silt of the Colorado River. Spanish explorers in the 18th century gave it that name while mapping the Southwest. When the Colorado Territory was formed in 1861, the name was revived to evoke the region's dramatic red landscapes. The river, the state, and the mythos forever stained crimson. Number 7 is Connecticut. It comes from the Algonquian word Quinnipiac, meaning long tidal river. It refers to the mighty Connecticut River that cuts through the state. Early English settlers adapted the word phonetically. One of the few states to retain a name rooted directly in native language, Connecticut reflects the landscape and legacy of its original inhabitants. Number 8, Delaware. It is named after Thomas West, 3rd Baron Delaware, a colonial governor of Virginia. In 1610, he sailed into the bay that now bears his name. The name spread to the river, the tribe, and eventually the state. Ironically, Delaware never set foot in what is now Delaware, but his title remains etched into one of the most historic places in the U.S. Number 9 is Florida. Florida's name means Land of the Flowers, bestowed by Spanish explorer Juan Ponce de León in 1513. He arrived during Pascua, Florida, Spain's Easter season, and was struck by the region's lush landscape. Originally encompassing a huge swath of the southeast, Florida's name speaks to both religious tradition and the tropical beauty that defined first impressions. And number 10 is Georgia. Georgia was named in honor of King George II of Great Britain, who granted the charter in 1732. The state was originally a buffer colony against Spanish Florida, and a haven for debtors and the poor. Its first capital, Savannah, was meticulously planned as a utopia. The name Georgia, born of monarchy, would later witness revolution, civil war, and civil rights. From ancient tribes and Spanish myths to kings and colonists, each state carries a name with a past. Which origin surprised you the most? In our next episode, we go from Hawaii to Maryland. More native words, royal dedications, and stories you've never heard. Subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss part 2.